Hello and welcome to Kickstarter Talk. My name is Mr. Anderson and I am the voice of written sins. And today we're going to talk about some amazing projects. We actually have a full house today of projects to talk about. We got a bunch ending. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it because it's such a fantastic show. We got some surprises for you. We might even have a guest or two if they show up and they want to be on the show. We'll more than happily welcome them. But for now, let's jump right into it and let's get to our list. Don't forget to help Alter Life launch off of Kickstarter, plus fuel some other projects. This is Written Sin's Kickstarter Talk, and you can see the new image that we have. We changed the image up real quick just to make sure that no one tries to report our threads as spam. We have a couple jokers out there that want to be haters, so we changed the logo so Facebook understands it's different, because heaven forbid they actually read an IP address or an actual address on the web link. So we do that. So you notice we put the cool little Kickstarter things. Jessica's in the house. Jessica is on our program with one of our Kickstarters. We're going to get to that more. Hello, Jessica. The pick of the week this week, we went with Resurrected. It's a group of paranormal investigators accidentally raise the dead and create a zombie infestation on the island of Blackwood. Kim Davis is part of this, an amazing creator. You're going to hear that name again. Every dollar counts. We're going to talk about why every dollar counts on a Kickstarter in a few minutes. Alter Life, we talked about this at the very top of the program on how this is something you should be backing. There are only hours left and $1,000 to make up. So it's up to everyone who watches this to share it today. If you're not going to donate to it, cool. I understand that. Sharing is free. There's no excuse not to share it. Alter Life 3 deserves to be shared. The creator behind it deserves to be shared. And he just had a newborn, a son. Congratulations to him again. Do that for him as a favor. Show off his stuff. Give him a nice baby gift that way. You know, help support the creator and the son. Just so those who don't know, it's lost in a world of seemingly infinite existence. Jake's past catches up with him as he begins to accept the truth behind his reality. We'll get more into what that means in a minute. Never forget to support our veterans. We're going to talk about more how you can support our veterans. The Labyrinth of Bones. Labyrinth of Bones. No one has ever lived through the Labyrinth of Bones, but Gil has a plan and vengeance in his heart. Will he succeed? Check us out in a few minutes to find out more about that. Coming to an end soon is Catapulted. Catapulted is a story, the real-life story of actual cats being launched into space from France in the 1950 space race. While the story itself is fictional, it is based on a truth that very few people know. Plague Doctor, the deluxe edition. Plague Doctor, the deluxe edition, the Black Death, sweeps across the 13th century Europe. A young plague doctor must confront his own disturbing past to save the future. It's talking about saving the future. Support R4 and the Autistic Jedi and help spread autism awareness. We're going to talk more about how you can be part of that. Jax the Anderson, this is my Kickstarter, believe it or not. The very talented Dave Brown Jr. is my artist. Thrilled to be able to show you guys a sneak preview, an exclusive preview on this program only. You guys are going to be able to see the first couple pages. The book is in 3D mode, so we're very thrilled to be able to share that with you today. Ascend, the King's board game and graphic novel. Nick Mack is the creator behind the graphic novel's content as writers. Great staff behind it. Interesting project. Ignore the Nick Mack's art. I wrote that when I was tired. I have to actually fix that. I fixed it on our site. But we'll talk more about who's involved in it when we go through it. Remember Kim Roberts? Kim Roberts is actually in this one, too. She's so fantastic. She's part of 2 different projects on Kickstarter at the same time. Credit to her. Definitely some amazing projects. If you like what she does, and you should, she's a great creator, this is the book to be part of. It is a Tomb of Horror #2. Tomb of 1 was good. I got to read some of this. I haven't gotten to finish the whole book, but I mean, I'm going to be doing a review of it, and it'll be ready by next week, hopefully. It's an anthology, so it's a little bit bigger, and I wanted to give every story my full dedication. And as most of you guys know, I have Jax to contend with, so Jax doesn't always let me read as much as I need to, so I am going to get to it. It's 80 pages, 15 stories. Murder Most Modane, original graphic novel. This is an awesome book. From an awesome creator. We're thrilled to have him reach out to us and ask. He's already met his goal, but he's going for more. Speaking of amazing people, Geek Girl creator Sam will be on our program tomorrow if everything works out for Spoken Sins. This is about Lightning Strikes. It's a pre-order. It's the actual the Geek Girl Volume 1. It's all 4 in one thing. And I did a review on it, and you guys know I liked it. So check that out in a few minutes, and we'll talk more about it. And if you haven't had a chance to be on the Geek Girl bandwagon, this is your way to jump on and jump on fast. Fight of the Century is coming to an end in August on the 11th. We've been talking about it a lot. We'll have it back on our show today, and we'll see how it's doing. Grit versus the Unstoppable for Glory. Just added to the program today. Don't know much about it. We'll learn more about it together. Sinistre, issue 1, the relaunch. We were just talking to our good friend Jessica. She's watching. This is her amazing project that we need to talk about, and we have to explain why you guys need to be part of it. The Lame Brains are back with issue number 2, and this time it's personal. And finally, we're going to ask, are you one of us? And we're going to explain why we're asking, are you one of us? And what does one of us means in the program a little later down, probably at the very end. But first, breaking news, we have The Strip, a Twisted Vegas comic anthology to talk about, just literally added to this program 5 minutes before we went on air. It's not even on Written Sins yet. It will be. It's not on our countdown. It will be. After this program, you'll be able to get it. What I'm going to do, because it's nowhere to be found, is I'm actually going to put this very quickly in our comments section. So we're just going to go over to Facebook real quick. And here I am. And we're just going to put the comment right there. And there's Pedro, actually. Pedro's asking me. You guys can see it in the corner. I'm just going to put it away because you guys can't see the behind-the-scenes talk. But the project is actually now listed there. We'll also go ahead and list all the projects that we're talking about right now, and we're going to put them directly into the chat room right now. This will now be part of our chat room. Oops. Buffering. All right, so that disappeared. Give me 1 second. So what it's going to wind up doing is if you see anything you liked, if you want to stay around with the program and hear the rest of it, I encourage it. Hang out with us, see what's going on. I don't know why that other link didn't take. It's kind of weird it didn't take. There it is. For some reason it took on another thing. I must have shared it. Yeah, I shared it when I went live. So that's why. Here we go. Scott Joseph's on the program. How you doing, Scott Joseph? What's going on? And there you are. That's the way to get it. Actually, I think that said Facebook for some reason. That's not what I wanted to share. So we're just going to open this up, and we're going to make sure that this winds up in the comment section, because I don't know what that other thing was. Oh, it did. It showed up as a Facebook thing. So I'm just going to put the real link, the Kickstarter link to it. So now you can directly go to the strip, and we'll discuss more about what the strip is in a minute. But first, let's talk about our feature of the week, Resurrected. And let's get a quick video, because the video is pretty cool. Stop it here. You can watch the rest of the video. It doesn't have a lot after that. This is the Brad Pitt variant. Very cool idea. They nailed Brad Pitt. I remember the first time I saw it when we were talking about it live in the program. I was like, he looks so much like Brad Pitt, and sure enough, it was. Great creativity on this. This is a throwback to Tales from the Crypt from back when I was younger. Very thrilled with this project. Kim Roberts, I'm a huge fan of. I can't talk nicer about her. I love the things that she's part of. She picks some amazing projects to be part of. I think that this is a great, fun comic book, and I love fun comic books. I do a lot of serious comic books. That doesn't mean that I can't have fun too, and you guys will see that with Jackson Anderson. This looks really funny. I mean, this is a great sense of humor book. I think that you guys are going to laugh out of it. We're just going to give some love to the creators. Who are the Swamp Line Comics? They are Kim Roberts, Chris Allen, who's a great creator, Chris Allen. I don't know if he's up. They're on a different time than us. I think they're asleep right now. England, Scotland. Oh, it might be late in the afternoon for them. But Chris is a great guy. Kim Roberts, great guy. I don't know James Johnson personally, but if he's part of this group, he's an amazing creator. This is definitely one of the reason we picked this as the Kickstarter of the week is because I'm so impressed by it. I really do think that I know they've hit their goal, but I think they can do a lot better than just hitting their goal. I think that we should be behind a project like this because it's creative, and I'm from the 90s, so this is very cool. I love this interesting kind of comic book. It's very different. It's not the same thing. There's no superhero tights, and that's a good thing because I think it helps broaden what a comic book can be and not put it in a box of what you have to have tights to make a comic book. Not true, and I'm glad to see things like this. Remember, Hardtails actually started the comic book industry back in the day, and my nod to the comic book industry back in the day has been to make a lot of my comic books the size of a magazine, because originally comic books were the size of a standard magazine. A little different back then. They are a different size, but either way, that's what it was. Scott Joseph said, well, I was talking to him while we were watching the video. I asked him how the convention was, and he said, always good, lots of networking and motivation. Scott Johnson, a great creator. He was just at San Diego Comic-Con. As we move away from this, talking about great creators, let's look up Scott. I'm saying Johnson. I'm sorry. I knew a Scott Johnson. Scott Joseph, if I was saying that wrong. I do apologize, Scott. I meant Scott Joseph. Great guy. Just got back from San Diego Comic-Con. Fantastic creator. You see that he's you know what I like when creators show a mix, you know, you get to see the babies and how it really makes indie comic book creators more relatable. The one thing you don't see with a lot of the more up guys, the ones who are doing comics, is often, especially because of their contracts, they can't share a lot of their lives on social media because there's this veil of what you're allowed to say and what you're not allowed to say, and most of them are held accountable. Some get to say whatever they want, most don't. But I mean, with that said, this is something that's fantastic. He shared a lot from the thing. I was actually watching some of the stuff, so he's laughing right now. But I do think that the one cool thing about the indie comic market is you get to know the creators if you follow them. And I have the privilege of following people like Scott, and I get to see their feed, and I think they're amazing. Scott, what's the next project you have coming on board? What's the next thing we have to look forward to? Fuzzy Joseph is the art page. Let's go look at Fuzzy Joseph. Let's see some art. Like I said, this is the great thing about the market in itself that we're in, is who creators are and the creativity behind who we are. And the War and Hope Kickstarter going on right now, I think we have that on the list. We better have that on the list. I have it on my site. If we don't, I'm going to look at it right now. I didn't see it on your thing, but I know I put it on our site. I don't know if it fell off the countdown because I don't remember loading it. I don't remember talking about it. So we'll talk about it right now. Here we go. Perfect time, actually. I know it's on our site. I just don't know why it's not here, but here we go. We have $1,190 on a $6,000. What would you tell us about it, Scott, since you're watching right now? While we're watching the video, type in some things that I should highlight.
Hey guys, Fuzzy here. Just want to take a minute to talk to you about The War and Hope. Now, The War and Hope is a series that's ongoing right now. Currently, its 5th issue just got finished, and it deals with the end times. Basically, hell itself has opened up, Demons are running the show, and humans are having to hide in the underground. So what's happened is underneath cities, you have humankind basically fighting to survive, trying to find anywhere it can to find shelter and find protection. And that's where we start with Clara. So in issue 1 of The War and Hope, we establish the setting, we talk about Clara, and we see what she's dealing with. As the series goes on, we continue to follow Clara and what she encounters and the people she comes across. The whole point in this series is it deals with the emotional struggle that people deal with in isolation and with fear. And with the element of the supernatural at hand here, humankind really needs to find a way to cope and maybe even prevail. So with this Kickstarter, what we're doing is I'm going to be bundling up all 5 issues into a trade paperback. What's going to happen with that is it's going to be easily distributed, and then go on from there. So I need your help to get it done. The book itself is going to be 120 pages, and not only is it going to have the 5 issues in there, which make up 110 pages, but it's also going to have some extra stuff in there for all of you that like fluff. So we're going to learn more about the Veil, more about the Fiends, more about Clara. What was she like beforehand? We know she was a nanny, but what was her specialty? Did she make really good mac and cheese? We'll find out. All right, thanks for tuning in, and have a good one. Bye.
Okay, so I put the link to it actually in your in the feed right there, so you guys can go to it right now. And I'm going to start doing that this program as we talk about one. I'll actually put it in for you guys to see. The first 2 issues are on this website for free. That's awesome. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it a goal of mine to make sure that we issue those and let people know about it. So I think it's a perfect way to promote this project, is to be able to let people see it for free. Let's back the project right now as we go. I like to pick one project to back. What do I want? What do I want? There's 2 different digital copies. Want to be able to print yourself a poster? I don't need a poster. Digital copy's good. I like digital copies. How much is the shipping? What's your shipping like, Scott? Let's see. $10. For now, I'm going to go with the digital copy. I'll see. No, I can't make any promises, but I definitely want the project after I've seen it's been around. I'm in it. Very easy to Facebook share nowadays. This is how quick we're going to be able to share it. I'm going to put I am all in, and then we're just going to post it to Facebook, and there it goes. I might go back and actually get the printed version of this. I don't want to spend the whole time reading all the rewards, and I hate when I forget to back a book, and that just happened to me because I do this so much. And there's so many great Kickstarter rewards, but I'm always asked to do something. So, you know, I'm not rolling out the book because it does look cool. He's already gone to Kickstarter. I love the volumes. I love reading a full story. It's really cool. And this looks fantastic. I haven't read issue 1 or 2, and I won't now because I'm behind this, and I want to actually be part of it, and I want to read it. And I love sitting down and read cover for cover, and that's probably why I might upgrade, because I actually like having it in my hands like a few other people. I know that would rather read the hard copy, but for now I know I'm in. I can find it easily now because now it's in there. I'm very thrilled. I hope you guys join me on this journey. Scott, thank you for being part of this and making sure I covered it. I don't know why it wasn't on our program, but now we made sure it was on our program, so that's amazing. Scott, you should hang out, see what some other people are doing. So there's some great Kickstarters that we're going to be talking about. But the War and Hope is definitely something to check out. Oh, you're welcome, Scott. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I love projects like this. I think it's amazing. And I love the fact that, and he said it's the female lead. And everyone talks about how important it is to be diverse, and we have to support women lead. We have to support women and all this. But few people actually live up to all that chanting and do something about it. Scott did something about it. I have a series that has a female lead character. He's got one. And if you're really serious about it, you have to support the comic books too with female leads, because that shows the market, that shows Marvel and DC that it's possible to actually put a female in charge. And she doesn't always have to have it. And Scott said, as a father of daughters, it is important to me to create a role model for them. Absolutely, I completely agree. I am a husband, I am a brother, and I am a father now who is desperately trying to teach his son that there is no difference between man and woman as far as potential, just certain things that we do different genetically. And that's basically it. And you can be whoever you want to be in this day and age. So you support creators who are showing that and backing it up. And this is your moment. So for every one of you who talk about, oh, I support women, this is how you support women. It sounds funny because you're supporting a male creator, but that male creator is talking about women being powerful and putting them in the spotlight. And we can't start making the judgment of who writes what. Talent goes to people. It's not chosen. We all have our own talents in life. Scott's taking his time to make a wonderful story. 5 issues brought together in 1 volume. You support him. You support him because it's the right time, and it's a great idea. And I actually want to know if she makes Jell-O really well, or not Jell-O. I'm sorry, mac and cheese. I want to know if she makes mac and cheese really well because my son loves mac and cheese. But we're going to move on. Thank you so much for stopping by, Scott. Supporting. And make sure to like his page. It is Fuzz Joseph on Facebook. All right, so we are back to, not sure why that dead loaded. Oh, supporting Kickstarter takes only a single $1. Okay, so what does this mean? This means this. Every Kickstarter needs money, but it also needs support. $1 shows support. You are literally giving $1 to show that you support the project. You know, that matters because as you guys saw a minute ago, when I liked it, when I liked that thing, and when I bought the Kickstarter, wow, I'm tripping on my words. When I actually, pledged to it, there we go, finally the right term. When I pledged to it, you guys saw that it instantly sent something out to other people. So when I back something, everyone who follows me, everyone who's part of my group that's following me, or anyone that is paying attention when I'm doing on Facebook, or like you saw on Kickstarter, it goes to Kickstarter as well, will now have the opportunity to see it. And that's an amazing thing because now just with $1, I've literally helped out someone. So I've helped someone for a single $1, and $1 doesn't matter. Let's be honest. You can give I try to give every Kickstarter that's on this program $1. It takes a lot for me not to invest $1. If I don't invest $1, it's because I don't particularly think the project's for me, and they've more than beat their goal. And I don't really think I will make a difference at the level they're at. And we're talking like tens of thousands over the limit of what they needed. So that's the only time. But $1 will matter. And you'll see that with Jax. I want to hit 50 people. I know it's a kid's book about my book. I know we have a brighter future, but I want to hit 50. And every creator's got a different thing. And I'm doing a kid's book, which is kind of weird because I'm pitching it to adults. So you have to have a kid to really want to be part of it to begin with, because most adults aren't going to want to buy a children's story, even though you should, and I think you'll be impressed by how it's written, but we'll get to that in a minute. Every dollar counts. $1 shows support, and sharing while free is instrumental, and it is priceless. Sharing something shows someone that you are really supporting it, and you're going out of the way to tell the world you support it, as opposed to liking something. When you like something, it's just, oh yeah, I like that, it's cool. I liked it. I like that, and I like the puppy picture right next to it. Don't like things, share them. Make it more important. Alter Life. All right, let's talk about Alter Life. Let's see if Calb is around. I'm going to send out a message to Calb while we quickly watch the video. I'll see you back here in about a minute. We'll get to that in a minute. That's something coming up in the program. I was asked to share it. Fantastic creator. But for now, let's talk about Kickstarter talk. Let's focus in on Alter Life. Alter Life's an amazing program from an amazing creator. Fantastic guy. Like I said, I said earlier in the program, he had just had a child. Congratulations on that. Sorry, I just needed something to clear my throat. It was getting a little dry. Look, I mean, he's a great guy. This is the final week. We're gonna take a minute. Let's see if we can actually get the video the final week.
Hey guys, this is Caleb Toussaint, the writer and creator of Alter Life. Here with the final video updates for the issue 3 Kickstarter. Give me just 1 second because I want to put this also on Facebook Live. So oddly enough, they make you set it up after you push the start button. So I'm gonna get this fired up real quick and we will make sure everyone can see it. Oddly enough, in the last 3 days, just looking back at my comic books, it's usually between 30 and 50 people that actually throw in money in the last 60 hours. So that being said, we need to promote the hell out of this in the next few days. So anybody watching, anybody that's a backer, share the videos, share the page, share artwork. Just let people know that this is happening and that we can't do this without you guys, because if we don't get funded here, we got to figure out some other way to do this, and it's going to delay everything. So let's just, I mean, give what you can. Don't break your bank or anything, but you know, I added a thing that if you add $10 to your backer amount, pledge amount, you are going to get a exclusive poster that was created by Katrina over the weekend. She had some time leading up to San Diego Comic-Con that she started putting together these cool posters that are only going to be available for you guys. So she's going to sign, I'm going to have them sent to her, she's going to sign them, and then they're going to come to me, and they're only available to people that increase their pledge amount by $10 before the end of the campaign. Along those lines, we also, I kind of went back and assessed some of the rewards, and some of them weren't being taken advantage of, and I'm not sure if it's just because most people that are on board at this point have a lot of the stuff, but I have lowered the cost of one of the rewards, basically as a discount for this final push. If you take a look, it's the Village Comics bundle with all of the add-ons, and you can snag that for just $50, and you're gonna get 1 through 3 of Alter Life, 3 variant cover edition, and Z #1 all in print, as well as all 3 of the add-ons that we have available. And that's just for $50. And remember, if you jump on that and you're increasing by $10 or more to get it, you're also going to get that signed poster from Katrina. So I think it's a pretty good package deal. Remember, each issue is over 30 pages, and issue 2 is nearly 40 pages. So this is over 110 pages of a comic so far. So I feel like for $50, you're getting a pretty good deal with all this stuff. So if you don't have all of the stuff at this point, or if you want to get some copies to spread around and show people that what Ultra Life is all about, make sure you jump on that, because I only put 30 of them up available, basically, you know, for my own sake, because it costs money to make these things. So a few of them have already been snatched up. So if you're watching this, or if you check out this update later, make sure you check that out while it's still there. That'll be running until the end of the campaign. So take a look. What else? Not too much craziness going on the past week. I did go and set up a table for signing at Graham Cracker Comics up north in Chicago last Wednesday, and the traffic was kind of light, but I had met a few people that were really excited about Ultra Life, and this is kind of the standard with setting up for these things. Once people check out this idea and see what it's all about, they tend to get behind it. It's just I feel like it's a universal desire to know what happens after death, and this idea of what could have been, and what if, you know, if something was different along the choices in your life. So just, I mean, we need to tell people why Ultra Life stands out from all these other projects on Kickstarter, because this is one of the main problems with getting the funding to keep rolling in, is there is a massive amount of comics on here now. Compared to when I started doing this even just a year and a half ago, it's about twice as many people are putting comics on for crowdfunding than they were then. So we just let people know why you're excited about the project, and you know, the artwork, all the add-ons. Just let people know. People will come. This is going to happen one way or the other. We're going to get this to happen. So aside from the signing I did last week, there wasn't a whole lot. I've been super swamped with being a new father and dealing with a newborn and working and trying to do all this stuff at the same time. So some of the slowdown also might be on my end, because I have just a lot going on. So I've done my best to try to promote, and I'm going to promote the hell out of it in the last 3 days here. So hopefully you guys can jump in and help spread the word too, and we'll get this last amount raised one way or the other. So in my update, I'm going to throw a couple simple things at you, all this stuff I've been talking about, but there's also another cool announcement. When I was tabling and signing at the comic book shop, one guy let me know about this new comic book convention that they're running in Chicago. This is the first year for it. It's called Retcon, and it's going to be running through August 12th through 13th. And let me read this little thing, because I'm really excited about the convention because of this. Retcon is a new Chicago comic book convention devoted to fantastic comics. While other conventions have shifted to focus on pop culture, Retcon brings the comic book back to the forefront. The comic book community is filled with diverse and up-and-coming writers and artists who are not currently featured in the mainstream comic industry. Retcon is committed to representing diverse creators. This is like what this is all about, right? Like, this is why we're doing Kickstarter. This is why Rob does Written Sins. There's so many creators out there that can't get their stuff done and can't get their stuff put out to the masses, because the industry is very, it's kind of monopolized by the distributors that they have in place. And, you know, the Kickstarter is a way for us to get our voices out, and for people like me who can't afford to make these comics on my own, Kickstarter is here for us. And, you know, you guys that back Alter Life, you see the potential in my writing and in the series. So just embrace that as much as you can. Give what you can to boost these numbers in the end, and keep spreading the word as much as you can, because I know it seems astronomical to ask for $1,500 in 3 days, but I've seen crazier things happen on Kickstarter. We were raising over 30 grand for a movie a number of years ago, and we were so far behind in the last day. We thought there was no way this was going to happen. It was like, you know, a substantial thousands of dollars. And in the last minutes, running into the wee hours of the morning when it ended, we were funded. This is just the nature of the beast. And it's the pain and the excitement of running a Kickstarter. So that's what we're here for. Do what you can to spread the word. If you guys, let me check and make sure, if you guys have any questions about anything, you can submit them to me right now. This is like...
All right, guys. Honestly, I didn't know that he even mentioned me. This is the first time I watched that video, so thank you for that. Great creator, great guy. You can see right away why I want you all to support him, why I think it's important. He nails it. He nails it right up and down what we're supposed to be doing and how hard it is. And I like the cons. And I just want to give a huge shout out to SuperCon for doing the right thing. SuperCon, for those who don't know, have begun to separate out the craft people from the artist alley. They've actually made 2 different sections, which is fine. If there is a craftsman area to be had, I have no objection of them taking that, because then it's on us as the artists and creators not going to events. I hear a lot of my fellow creators going, well, I'm not going to show up to a show anymore unless I'm invited, unless I'm a guest. And that's all cool and good, and I understand it, and I'm not going to tell anyone how to do their business. But the more that we retreat from Comic-Cons, the more we open the door for other people to show up and take the money. And that's what's happening, is that the craftspeople are kind of taking away the money. And don't forget that. They're taking away your sales, not the guy next to you, not the guy selling the comic books. Then it comes down to ideas. But if we keep not showing up to Comic-Cons, they're going to keep becoming pop culture places. So kudos to there being a Comic-Con and we actually added them to the list because he told us today, and it's part of our roadmap. But kudos to that. I love the variant cover. $10 more. I'm definitely going to be adding $10 more. I don't even necessarily want the poster, but here's why I'm going to get it, because I believe in him. I think that Calvin, I think I say his name wrong. It's a part of my dyslexic thing. I want to say it the way I hear it, but it doesn't come out that way. It's such a great creator. I think he's going to make it. I think it's going to become one of those collectibles and a collector's item, and it'd be cool to have. And I am a comic book fan before I'm anything else, and I would love to have that in my collection. So, I mean, as of right now, and we should have it, yes, it is in our thing. So it's only less than $1,200. That's not a lot. So what you do is you share it. If you haven't backed it, share it. And share it now on everything that you can. Post it to Facebook. I don't know if I don't even really do Pinterest. I have an account, but I don't really do anything with it. Oh, great. I hate Pinterest. Not one of my favorite sites, but I'll tweet about it. And here we go. Tweeting it. There we go. See how easy that was? I was talking to you guys, and I'm answering questions on the other computer, because some people who I'm going to bring on will show something for them right now are asking me to share something that's really cool. And I can do all that and still support someone with sharing it for free. This is someone I consider a friend. So if you consider me a friend and you want to help support my message, Calb is the way to go. Calb is one of those people that by supporting him, you're supporting the message that I think we're all trying to get out, that indie comic books are fucking fantastic. And there should be more of them made every day. And it's nothing against DC and Marvel. As a matter of fact, I think that we are the conscience of DC and Marvel. And I think that by being a strong indie comic book community and what we're doing nowadays, it has made Marvel and DC better. So it's symbiotic. And let's be symbiotic. Let's support great creators. This is a great creator. This is someone to support. All right, let's do something fun real quick. Let's look at something that's not Kickstarter, but I was asked to share it, so here it is. From the world of POM, Jai Lee, aka Jade Dragon. Jade holds the power of Jade Dragon, a green stone that is a gift and a curse. It houses the power of a dragon demon. Jade was an assassin for the Order. She was apprehended in the sting operation by the Chinese government. She was given the option to work for the government or die. What do you choose? She chose the government. I don't know. Maybe I'd go different. But is now being hunted by the Order. People have grudges over snitches. She chose the government is now hunted by the... I repeated. That was a Matrix moment. For more characters in the world of POM, get POM 1 on August 2nd, the Powerverse comics that will be on Kickstarter. I believe it's Kickstarter. Markel did not get back to me. Markel, where are you, buddy? I'm 100% sure. Well, obviously not 100% sure if I'm saying, but I'm pretty sure that he's going to Kickstarter on the 2nd because I've been talking to him a lot, and I don't see myself having a brain freeze. That's kind of a badass character. Wouldn't you guys agree? That is awesome. The power of the Dragon Claw. Ooh, she's got a Dragon Claw. I don't know if I date her, but that's kind of like hot and not like the, you know, hot like that girl's hot, but like hot like shit. I'd want that, like a hot car. And then here's the cover. I like this cover. Very cool. It gives you a lot, which is fun. You know, it's like a tabloid cover that's really cool. I like it. Is he crazy or is he really immortal? Find out is what about Warbound. And we got this Kyle McDougal found guilty on all charges. He seems like a really bad dude, and I know you guys maybe not be able to see that just because of the way the camera angle is. So, ooh, now you see everything. You guys actually saw some behind-the-scenes stuff. Let me just, I can't really adjust it right now because it's not letting me, for some reason, scroll it. So let me see if I do this. Let's save the image to downloads because I'm going to put it on our site anyway. We'll call it up in the downloads. And here we go. That guy right there, Kyle McDougal. And then Brittany's charged for assaulting another paparazzi, apparently a superhero with some rage issues. A rich girl who's out of control. And Insider says the unit gets a new member. The new member is kind of interesting. I've read, actually, the POM, and I meant to do a review, and every time I've tried to do a review, I have not gotten to it. I am dedicated to getting it done the next 24 hours. I will say this. I enjoyed the shit out of it. It was awesome. So on August 2nd, I expect you all lined up, waiting for the Kickstarter to start. Don't know what time it starts. Just go by lunch. Figure lunch. Well, he's in Cali. Figure like afternoon. So around afternoon, go to Kickstarter. Look up POM. Find me. I'll show you where to go. Find Markel. He'll tell you where to go. Either way, this is a comic book you're going to want to have. It is fucking awesome. I'm sorry if I spoiled the review for tomorrow for anyone or when you see it, but I'll give you some other stuff, so it'll be cool. All right, so back to our countdown. Let's go over here. Okay, so we talked about Afterlife being awesome, and you guys should be backing this. The Veterans Life, wow, it's a lot of stuff, a lot of notifications. Okay. You guys are seeing behind-the-scenes stuff. Avert your eyes. Support Veterans Wife. So what is Veterans Wife? Veterans Wife is a way to support veterans returning from the war and help them actually readjust to life. Because here's the truth. They sacrifice a lot, and they don't ask for a lot when they get back, and we should be giving them more than we give them. The VA system is a freaking joke. Everything's a joke with how we treat our returning troops, but what's not a joke is what we can do about it. It's always a choice for us to do something. We have the power to change things, whether it be voting, demanding better rights, or doing things like supporting the Veterans Wife program by sharing their post, writing an article for the magazine, joining their writing staff, by yourself or a friend of magazine, subscribe to the magazine /comic, sponsor the Veteran Life comic, shop at our Cafe Press store, or participate in any one of their many fundraising donation events. And this is the same group that constantly goes out of their way to give tickets that they are given to by promotions to returning troops. I think that's fantastic. I'm always so impressed by it. I don't know why it did that. I was trying to show you guys. Oh, because it says Veterans Wife Shop. But you can see, like, look, mortgage-free home available for a military family. How awesome is that? And look, it's in Anderson, Indiana. You cannot go wrong with a place named Anderson. Just saying. It might be a good name. Have special evidence. Have special evidence for claims. So you guys can see it's a lot of stuff. They look for guys who go missing. And you know, I was watching Shinedown did this whole video, beautiful video, about how we kind of neglect the troops when they get home and what they have to go through and how many wind up homeless and how severe the divorce rates are. And it's bad, you know, and it's bad that we don't do more. And we can do more. That's what's really bad. And we should. So do that, you know, come to Veterans Wife. Very simple, share something. Just come over here. Here we go. Let's do this. Right there, shared it. So now I help support troops. That's how easy it is. And apparently my lawnmower guy is here, so we're going to have to contend with that for a few minutes. I do apologize for that. For those who don't know, by the way, we went live on Instagram. Twitter started acting up, so I figured that we'd just try the Instagram platform too. So welcome the Instagram audience. The Labyrinth of Bones. Now I'm going to be right next to this gentleman for the SuperCon in Florida at Fort Lauderdale this coming up weekend. I'm J3, he's H2 and 3, so we'll probably be able to see each other from our booths. Fantastic creator. I can never get these videos to play. I don't know what it is. Oh, there we go. I might have actually gotten it.
How he survives and what becomes of him. I myself have been to this point, to the 0 point where you're just nothing. And I always wanted to write a story about a guy with absolutely nothing to lose. And that's Gil's journey. And what is his journey? Is there a happy ending for a guy like this? Will he succeed even? Or will he just become another victim of the labyrinth? Well, that's for you guys to find out if you read. I hope you like the tiers that I've laid out. We went fairly simple because we want to sell the comic. There may be a few promotional items along the way, but for now we're just doing the comics and some prints. And we really think the product sells itself. So we want you to jump in with one of the tiers. There's digital tiers, there's regular tiers. There's even a tier with my first book, Gateway Runners, in it. But it's mostly Labyrinth of Bones here. There's prints. There's even one-of-a-kind concept sketches by David Johnson Jr.
Now, for the record, there'll be an exclusive SuperCon alternative cover available this weekend only at H2 and H3. You can find that on our roadmap. This is already been funded. Fantastic. We are running short on time. Apparently, I have been talking a lot, so we are running behind. But definitely give this a look. Give this a try. I'm going to put it on to our list right now. Fantastic creator. I look forward to meeting him. We're just going to skip over to this part of the video because I watched this before. And I just want you guys to hear this part, and then we're going to move on.
And our feelings about this book, that we're being paid in copies of the book. We're going to sell them to make our money that way. We really think this is the book that's gonna launch us to bigger things, and so we want as many people as possible to check it out. So please check out the tiers, and above all, share. Please share this on your social media. It's very important to get the word out there. Every person that sees it is a potential backer. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the book.
And I just shared it on my social media platform on Facebook. So we're going to move on to Catapulted. Catapulted is the true story of how cats were launched into space when we were launching monkeys and dogs, respectively. I believe Russia was the dogs. We were the monkeys. If I'm not, yeah, we were the monkeys. The Russia was the dogs. I knew we were the monkeys. I just couldn't remember if Russia was the dogs, but they were. You guys can see. It's an interesting concept. I think it's cool. I haven't backed it yet because I'm an idiot. And why don't we change that right now? Make sure that I back it. Now stop trying to steal my credit card information, guys. It's not cool. So there we go. And then I tweet it. Look, I tweet. Facebook share. It's a great story. It's an inventive story, man. It's something that you don't normally see. I think it's fantastic. Definitely give it a look. Here we go. Plague of the Doctor. They've already funded, but it really kind of is cool, and it's 43 seconds, so we're going to give it a watch. Kind of cool, right? Dave Brown's a great guy. Fantastic creator. Honestly, could not say anything nicer about the guy, because he's one of those guys that whenever I see something he's got going on, I'm very interested to see what it is. What is plague, Doctor? Plague, welcome to the 13th century, the most deadly plague in history. The Black Death has ravaged the country, claiming millions of lives. Our story concerns a young plague doctor and his calling to help keep the sick and dying safe. But as our doctor enters the night-infected village of his journey, he finds himself in a surreal metaphysical battle for the fate of humanity, and a tale that spans millennia awaits. So that's some heavy shit. That's what's going on, man. That's something, man. That's heavy. But Dave is a great creator. I'm looking forward to this book. Definitely something that is cool. Just because, man, he knows how to write. Like, there are some comic book writers, when you pick up their things, it draws you in, man. To quote Jericho, you drink it in, man. I mean, you really, really do get this, like, just the story kind of engulfs your imagination. I am very thrilled to be able to cover his stories. And he's just a great creator. I mean, the owls with the baby. That's kind of interesting and cool. I mean, he piques your imagination. He makes you want to be part of this. And the way that the art is done with his books is always something surreal and different. I mean, you just the art in itself, I mean, how can't you? Like, I talk about this a lot on social media. I talk about doing artistic projects every so often, just because I feel like I should be doing something that's different sometimes than the average bear. And I want to do something different. And I want to test myself. But I think for David, it's not even different. This is just how he sees it. It's so freaking cool, man. I really dig it. Kind of a fanboy with that. All right, so we're going to talk about the patch. So why get a patch to support autism? Well, because most of us are now actually dealing with autism in our life, whether it be directly from a family member that we have or indirectly from someone that we now know who has someone in their family that's autistic. We want to be able to better understand. And we also want to be able to understand that this, despite being talked very negatively about very often, isn't necessarily the end of the world for families. And I do think that it's kind of misleading that a lot of times people are, with autism, are kind of treated like they can't have any potential in life. That's not true. I don't think people quite understand autism. I think people think the worst case scenario, like anything else, even with schizophrenia or depression, everyone thinks the extreme, and not everyone's going to be on that extreme. And even if they're at that extreme level, they're still a human being. So what happened is that they actually went out and made an R2-D2 unit, and this R2-D2 unit actually is like a functioning R2-D2 unit that has actually been called by LucasArts, Lucas Studios, so if you're in the permission, and by default Disney, to rename it R4AU. How fantastic is that? Some famous backers helped to bring it to life, and now they get to go from convention to convention to spread autism awareness. How amazing is that? But it's not cheap to go from town to town. So by also helping sell these patches, we get to fund that experience. And anything that's left over that they don't need for gas and travel winds up getting funneled back into the program itself, which is a bigger program that Melissa takes care of. And we actually sell this at our table now. And I'm very thrilled to be sharing it at our table now. And well, not sharing it because we're actually selling it. But we're accepting donations for it. That's how I like to put it, because I'm not really selling it. I carry it, and I'm very proud that we carry it. But in the end, it's about supporting good causes. And I'm very happy to be someone who supports good causes like this. Sorry. Just had to answer that and then post something. Never ends. And usually at this point I'd have a video to answer something, but unfortunately there's no video. I should actually have Melissa make a video, because there's been some fantastic stuff with this. And you can see the original patch here, and they're actually doing stickers now, which is kind of cool, and it's continuing to evolve. And it's $8 US, $9 international, plus PayPal only. We're going to be selling it at our tables for $5. There's no shipping and handling needed. So we're actually going to be doing a $5 price at SuperCon. The idea is that the more we sell as opposed to the less. This $5 just is easier. Everyone's got a $5 bill in the pocket, but sometimes you don't have a, well, you have a 10, you're worried about breaking change or something like that. $5 just rolls off the tongue better, so we're going to go with the $5 price point at SuperCon. If you're at SuperCon, come pick up your patch today. So here it is. Jax the Anderson. So the whole story comes out because Jax was playing with Pat. And I'm going to play that. So this was at Fusion Con. Me, Alyssa, and Jax went. I was offered a press pass, so I took advantage. And I went to the show. Great show. Some fantastic stuff for wrestlers. Some fantastic moments that we got to share on the site. And it just dawned on me how much of a wonderful life he's going to have being able to go there. And he looks kind of sad in the thing, because I think he's just imagining things. You can see him looking at it, and he just gets all excited. And he smashes them together. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. And I wasn't the only one who thought it was so cool. Because what wound up happening was that a bunch of cosplayers came over and started talking to him as soon as this video ended. And that made me really think, wow, my son is going to have a life very unlike mine, because during my summer vacations, I was either in the country told I had to be outside in the middle of the woods doing nothing, or I could be at home in New York City playing outside my front yard, going into, like, the big thing was a refrigerator box. So you fast forward and to this moment, a little after, probably a month later, someone had asked me, and most of you know who watch this program, that I am the co-creator of Fetish Babies. And I'm being offered a position to go to the Fort Myers place. They want me to go. Someone reached out to me in November, and they were like, but do you have any family friendly? And the last time I went to something in Fort Myers, there were very few comic book artists and creators that were in the Artist Alley. And I know they wanted to draw more for this next show. So they asked me, do I have anything family friendly? And I was like, no, but I could definitely write a story about Jackson, how Comic-Cons are going to affect his life. And this instant story was born. And I went to social media, and I was like, and Facebook specifically, and I said, hey, I have this idea. And this is literally 10 minutes after I came up with the idea. And I said, I have this idea. I want to team up with a parent, and I want to make a children's book that's all about how Comic-Con and having creative parents going to affect our children. And Dave Brown was one of the first people who got back to me, and within 30 minutes, he saw the vision, he understood it, he started talking to me about it, and we came to terms that night and started the project that night. I wrote the script in the 10 minutes it took between the conversation with the one person and me going to social media. That script is what we made the comic book on. Chuck Pinu, I don't know how to say his last name, actually. I've never heard it said, but you'll see it in a minute. He joined our project. Here's the shirt, which this was the original concept. I did not like it. We have printed versions of it. We're going to be selling it at SuperCon at a discounted rate, just because it's still a cool shirt, and you know, we have it. We've gotten a redo being done because while it looks okay here, it's not horrible here. When it printed, these bottom three wound up disappearing. Something about their grayscale is not very strong on their shirt, and now I know that. It's cool. I'd have to make sure I don't use anything with huge amounts of grayscale. But we updated the image to look like that, which so far the feedback we've gotten on this is fantastic. And just the people who've seen it around here want to buy it. Like the person who was on the phone with Vistaprint was like, where can I get one? So that was kind of cool. So this will definitely wind up on our Sinsful Comics, well, my wife's Sinsful Comics site, and it's an amazing shirt, and I love it. It shows that's Dave Brown, my artist. That's his young lady, who will be joining the show. His daughter, joining the book, I should say, for book number 2. So, and one of the cool things that we came up with, the 7 Deadly Kickstarter questions, which I suggest anyone who's doing a Kickstarter does this. I haven't reached out to a lot of people just because I've been so busy. And a lot of you guys know, between Jax and I've had a lot of health issues with my back, and it's really sucked because I was off the road for like a good solid 2 weeks, and most of it I've been in a lot of pain, and it's really, really frustrating that I didn't get to do as much as I wanted to do in my time off. But I mean, we're excited to be offering this. It's the We Are Advocates for Indie Comics shirt that people seem to love. When we went around, they are on order. The first place you can get them is here. There's no other place you can get them. I edited for all you guys who are my friends who don't have children, and we're like, that's a cool project, dude, but I don't got a kid. This is the moment for you if you want to jump on. Now, remember I told you I wanted to do at least remember the share a dollar thing and all that? I don't know why Charlie's not here. He should be in here. I updated him. I got to look at that. Because Charlie was supposed to be in here, and apparently he fell off. But he's the editor, great guy. He's also an editor on And They Call Us Monsters. You guys will see him listed on that. I don't know why he disappeared from here. Something must have gone wrong when I updated the T-shirt on the bottom. I'll have to add him back in. Great guy. And I'll actually show you the back cover in a minute. I got a surprise for everyone watching. Because you guys have been so good, you guys get some exclusive content. I'm going to go ahead and share this one last time before we do the exclusive content, so everyone knows that it's coming. I promised a few people I was going to do that, and there it is. Okay, so here's our exclusive content that only you guys are going to see. This is the actual book in a 3D format. So no one has seen this outside of the creative team as of yet. We'll start at the cover. So here's our cover. And let me see if I can make this a little smaller. And you guys are seeing something that no one else has seen at this point. I can only apparently make it bigger. And that did not make anything better. It actually made it worse. There we go. So you guys are seeing a quick flip through there. You guys got to see it, and now remember I told you I'd tell you about the back page. So that's how, like, a lot of this book you can see as it goes through. Quick spin, quick tease. That's why I was so excited about this project, because of how amazing it looked. And I really am proud of this one. And we're just going to go to the back cover. And you could see Charlie's name on the back cover. And this is, remember, we were talking about the Comic-Con. For the next one is going to be the backdrop for the second book, which the second book leads directly into the third book, which is kind of cool. The story that we begin in the second book winds up affecting the third book, which those who don't know, the third book is that giant jumbo coloring book. But I mean, just look how fantastic this is. And we're going to take a minute, and I'm going to pan down for a second, and I'm going to show you that we're introducing, edited by Chuck Pena. And he's actually, going to be listed, even though this is this is actually his second project with me, but it's the first one that people will wind up getting. The real first project we worked on, and They Call Us Monsters, we are going to kickstart in August. I don't know the goal I'm going to put on it. I love the story. It's not about confidence. It's more about I'm doing it no matter what. So it kind of goes to the tier because, and just speaking for me, since this is my project and I'm now on the show, Jax also was a great way to show that as a creator, I don't have a box that I live in. I'm not a creator of X. I'm not a creator of Y. I create stories that I enjoy. I create content. I create new worlds. I don't create a certain style, a certain anything. And being able to go from Fetish Babies to Jax the Anderson to And They Call Us Monsters to Pain Box that is coming out that hopefully one day we'll see Wild Space finally make it. There's some delays in that. And then there's a couple anthologies that I'm part of that are delayed. There's one that's going to be coming out. I hope to be talking a lot about it in the next coming weeks. So it's an exciting time for me specifically as a creator because it's going to show a range of what I can create. Obviously going from a kid's story to Fetish Babies to And They Call Us Monsters. It's a journey, and I hope that you guys embrace it. I hope you really enjoy the fact that I can pivot the way I do. So we were talking about how many backers we had. So I'm at 843, so I've made my goal. I'm 100% something. If you actually look over here, if you ever go to the share thing, if you want to know what percentage someone is, it'll say right there, I'm 112% funded. So to me now, what I want is I want 50 backers. That's my goal. I want people to back 50 of it. This is falling under the Sinful Comic brand of comics, which is my wife's company. So by default, this is also her project. I've signed over most of my titles to be produced by the Sinful Comics brand. I believe in my wife, and it was a no-brainer to go to her as opposed to anyone else as she tries to build this brand. I think it's exciting. I know she's also going to be launching her cookie business next year, so I know she's relying heavily on the things I'm creating to help the comic book business to then launch the cookie business, so no pressure on me. I just got to create amazing things, which actually I don't find pressure. I think that I do create amazing things. And it's not even an ego boast as much as it's just the damn truth. I always know I create interesting things. It's just whether or not I create marketable things that's going to be the question now. Because everyone who reads what I do find what I do very interesting and very unique, but unique doesn't pay the bills. And if I ever want to become a comic book writer and stop treating this like a hobby and therapy for my damaged back and for what I do, I need to be able to make something that's very marketable. And as much as I like to do artistic things, there's also going to have to be times where I have to do something that is financially viable. So hopefully Jax is one of those things, and so is And So They Call Us Monsters, which we'll talk about in the next coming weeks as that goes to Kickstarter. But this is the last week, so this is your last opportunity. I added the t-shirt for my friends who don't have children now, so you guys have the ability to be part of this. This Kickstarter now, you don't need to buy the Kickstarter book, and I don't know why that's missed. Oh, because we watched the video. So yeah, we added the t-shirt for Written Sins, so that's something you guys can do. So yeah, that's my pitch. This is actually the last time it's going to be on the program because next Tuesday, technically, I could probably sneak it in on the very end of the program or very beginning, so we'll have a couple hours left, but it won't be showcased like it is. So this is the last time, guys. I mean, if you wanted to support Jax the Anderson and you wanted to support me, now is the time. It's now or never for this project. And look, I'm going to say this. No one has to. I talked about this during Fetish Babies. I'll just say it out loud now. Whether you back this or not does not affect my friendship with you. It does not affect anything Written Sins will do for you. That's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is if you believe in this project and you want to have this project, then I want you to come along now because time is running out. I haven't been as aggressive. I've used different techniques, and I haven't been as aggressive. And it's kind of unfair that I can't be as aggressive because I don't want anyone feeling like they they have to do this. And it is unfair to me. I think it is unfortunately frustrating that I can't be as aggressive as I would like to be for this project, because I don't want people to misconstrue something or make it feel like they have to do something. So unfortunately, I have to be a little laid back with how I approach this. And that sucks. So with that said, if you guys could share it, that'd mean the world to me, because then it helps me without me feeling like I'm pushing something down people's throat where they might feel awkward, like they have to back a project. And as a matter of fact, I've told a couple people I want working on the third book not to back this project, because I didn't want them to, because they're going to be part of the third project, I didn't want them to buy into this, if that's the right word for it. Look, I appreciate all the support I get. I would feel horrible if people were doing this for the wrong reasons, like they felt they had to. You don't have to. I know it's contradictory to what most people would say, but you don't. I want you to believe in me. I want you to believe in the project. If you believe in both, cool, be part of this. If you believe in me, you don't have to do this. It's about the project too. It's not just me. Believe in the project as well. Let's move on. This is a game, so it's on our countdown. It's out of our norm. It's on our countdown because Nick Mack is one of the people who are part of it, who are one of the writers. It's very different than anything that we cover. It's got great art, though. It looks interesting. I'm not a big board game player, but what's cool is that it actually comes with a graphic novel as well. I thought that was cool. So that's pretty awesome. I don't really know how to describe games. I'm trying to look for the credit sheet to see if they have a credit sheet for who. I'll meet the team. Here we go. So there's our boy Nick Mack, graphic designer Anthony, Andrew Martina, Dylan Pierpoint, Jason M. Allen, and Renee Delez. Hope I'm saying that right. Ryan, wait, Paul Gorgan, and Ray Dillon we've seen before. Fantastic group. Let's give him a video. Here we go. This guy looks excited. Let's do him. It's 19 minutes, so we'll cut it off after.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Unfiltered Gamer Kickstarter board game review. Today's game of tabletop is called Ascended Kings. Ascended Kings is for 2 to 4 players. It is for ages 13, 14 and up, as well as about 20 minutes per player, and it's made by Incarnate Games. In Ascended Kings, you play as a king, and you start off as an Ascended King, and if you die, you become a Revenant, and you get 2 different miniatures. You also are going to be on a board, which is going to be slowly collapsing with fire, and you're trying to obtain blood.
Okay, now check that out. I think we're going to have a little more time, and as always, I'm running way too long on this program. 11 days to go. We'll see it next week. Give it a look. If board gaming is your thing, by all means, great creators behind it. That's all the reason you really need. All right, so Tomb of Horror, issue number 2. Issue number 1 was awesome. Issue number 2, I'm in the middle of reading it. Great story from Kim Roberts. Kim Roberts is awesome. Some pretty awesome art. 15 stories from Beyond the Grave. They've won the 2006 Ghostly Award. This is ending in 13 days, so we will have a little extra time for it. We are running long on the program as always, so we're going to just kind of speed around the rest of this. Murder of the Mundane, because once again, this is a full program today. And the fact that they've already hit their project limit, we're just going to show off some of the art and show how amazing it is. It looks fantastic. This has been teased for a few months. It's here. People are excited about it. You should be excited about it too. Make sure to share it. Show your support. Back it. I am a backer, as you guys probably saw as we scrolled. Geek Girl. I was the 50th backer. There's 54 now. I'd want that number for Jax the Anderson. Come on, guys. Get me to 50. They are already over their asks, so that's fantastic. Congratulations to them. That means I think they only launched this like a week ago or something like that, but they're already funded, which is fantastic. So, I mean, get on board. Get it done, guys. Come on, share this fantastic project. I mean, I'm not even being like joking. I mean, I reviewed the first one, and I was very thrilled with the first book that I reviewed. And I've been looking forward to reading it in an anthology base. So, I mean, get to be part of it. Fight of the Century, 17 days to go. They still have a long way to go. So, I've been trying to get in touch with them a little bit about it. It's definitely augmenting people to be fighters that they want to making them like the Hulk to fight each other. It looks great. It's got a great production video. I don't know why it's not getting traction, but here's the honest truth. Besides my program, I have not seen a lot of people talk about this. And that might be a problem. You can't just build it and they will come on Kickstarter. You have to be active. And I have not seen anyone share this besides me. So that might be part of it. You know, Written Sins is a great tool for creators, but it's not our job to just solely do that. Sorry. It's not our job to solely get Kickstarters funded. Creators have to be involved. And I hope this creator is involved. I'm just not seeing it. So if I'm not seeing it in my segment, he needs to do something and pivot and join some Facebook groups. So I think that's what's going on here. 4,017 days it's a climb, because now you look like you're in a stall. So if he watches this video, you're now officially invited to our program. Do a Spoken Sins. Anything I can do to help. I want to see this get funded. Let me know. Grit and the Unstoppable. This is new to the program, so I'm going to take a quick look. It's a 2-minute video. We're just going to take 2 minutes and enjoy it.
Welcome to the Grit vs. Unstoppable Kickstarter campaign. With this campaign, we wanted to bring some fun back to comics. What better way to bring that fun than with a character like Grit, who has the ability to be a great hero, but also a total tool at the same time. The story has tons of laugh-out-loud moments and great action courtesy of the spot-on writing from comic veteran Martin Dunn. We also introduce our first international hero to the mix as Hubert Carmichael's character Unstoppable debuts in this story to give us a showing of what true heroics look like. Those heroics get the interest of the love of Grit's life, Glory. She becomes a bit smitten, and Grit a bit jealous. The seeds for a great rivalry, we say, but who will be the victor? There's a ton of great rewards on this campaign, like a Kickstarter exclusive cover of the Heroes Ignited Annual #1. It can get you caught up on the story. There's also a remastered edition of Grit #1, amazing t-shirts, action figures, and your own official variant cover, which can feature either you or one of your characters. With your support through Kickstarter, we've been able to release several awesome comics, and with this campaign, we're starting a new initiative. This book is complete and will ship the day the campaign ends. That's right, no more waiting around for months to get your rewards. With the Grit vs. Unstoppable Kickstarter, you will back it and then get your rewards faster than you've ever gotten a Kickstarter reward ever before. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video. Please feel free to look through the Short Fuse Media Group's Facebook page, social media, all sorts of stuff that we do online, and we do hope that you decide to back the campaign today.
Now, Martin Dunn is definitely someone you've heard me talk about. I have nothing but respect for him. I consider him a friend, great guy. Definitely looks interesting. Definitely looks like something that'd be funny. Looks like something that I look forward to reading. I am a backer. I'm going to look at the rewards more. I only just got this today, so I just backed it really quick. I always start with the digital and then go back and try to check it out. I got the basic reward. I get a personal thank you, which is kind of cool. And I get the PDF. So we're going to talk more about it. It's got 21 days. Like I said, the program's running along again. So I kind of want to wrap it up. I think we've been around 90 minutes. So it's definitely wrap-up time. Sinestre, relaunch. This one needs a lot of support from you guys because it is a fantastic book.
Hey, This is a Kickstarter flow, yeah, I'm doing jingles. It's time to get you in the know, so I'm here to mingle. Better yet, let's take a nice little ride and meet this African tribe who's trying to survive. They're getting weaker as the enemies are getting stronger. They can't hold it back any longer. Lost independence, looking through their lineage, noticing there's not enough warriors to defend the village. Just when they thought they were finished, with Popeye spotted a boat with some sailors in it. Now they're yelling spinach. Get that old lady with that magic touch, maybe she could spin it, tip it, hook us up and flip it. Yo, they tripping, opening Pandora's box, maybe they need to zip it. The calm before the storm can be long-winded. Then it out decisions as the plot thickens. Troubled waters had some problems with it. Landed on the shorelines, last name Sinistra. About 4 guys. It's a book that I've written for your mind. Turn it to a comic like bada bing, it's showtime. Shout out to Andy and Sally, I hope you don't mind. Made the colorful artwork a sight for sore eyes. There's more in store for sure if you hold tight. Just relax and vibe and let Saeed from Comics be your tour guide. Hey, yes. This is Jessica DeWitt, aka Righteous, on the mic. Check us out on Kickstarter. Sinistra, S-I-N-I-S-T-R-E. It's a fantasy adventure book. Hope you like it. Check us out on Kickstarter, Saeed from Comics.
Alright, so fantastic story. Definitely looks interesting. I mean, that video pretty much wraps it up. It's very interesting. It's different. I love different. Obviously, I'm part of it. Look, I mean, this is one of those projects that's very cool, very different, and very unique. So I definitely think that we should be, as a community, getting behind it and sharing it. So that's what we're going to ask you guys to do. It's fantastic. We're going to talk about it more in the coming weeks. Lane Brains, 6 backers, 29 days to go. I believe I'm one of those backers. I am one of those backers. I'm cool like that. We have 29 days, so we're going to talk about it more next week because literally we are running out of time. The Are You One of Us is it's just basically asking if you guys are tired of the reboot culture. Because if you are, then you should join the 18,000 fans, creators, and sinners that are now make up written sins. 18,261 last time I checked. And that is people directly linked to our site. These are people who are tired of Spider-Man #1, Part 4. So if you want to see new worlds made, join us and become one of us by subscribing to our YouTube channel or anything else that we do or we have, which is from YouTube to Twitter to Facebook to our main site to our Facebook page and group to my personal page. If you want to hit me up with stuff, check me out. Catch me on Written Sins. We're going to keep going. That's just my emails. So this is a cool show about wrestling. But the reason we're doing it is just the strip, which was just added. We said we'd get to it. We're going to close the show out with it. We're going to take a look at the video. I don't know what this is. I'm watching it for the first time with you. It ends on my birthday, August 24th.
Welcome, travelers, to the Las Vegas Historical Tours Vizio magazine, or The Strip for short. I am your editor, The King. Swivels hip. Oh. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. These are ceremonial garb common among priests and worshippers hundreds of years ago in the 21st century. Ancient religious practices are but some of the wonders that await when you book your trip on the Strip. Within the pages of this magazine are speculative stories that attempt to answer the questions: how did ancient settlers build this grand city? And what caused the downfall of this once great civilization? Was it robot invaders, armed marauders, mutant monsters in the desert? And what of ancient Vegasian culture? Why were they obsessed with gladiatorial combat and games of chance? What vital role did magic play in their society? And were these sleight of hand tricks? Or did ancient settlers have access to mystical powers beyond our understanding? What a mystery this is. We hope these stories will inspire you to book your own trip to the wondrous and exciting land of the Strip. We have deals starting for as little as $2, allowing you to book a package that is just right for you. But you must act now. You only have until August 23rd to take advantage of these incredible deals. Excitement, intrigue, thrills, and chills await on the Strip. The only thing missing is you.
That was cool. So that's what the Strip is. Well, let's dig in a little bit harder right now and check it out. A lot of cool creators involved in it. YC Yang, I know. Jeff Leeds, I've heard of. Mia Mortal, I think I've heard of. Scott Backman, I've heard of it. Matthew Sparks, I've heard of it. Pedro Mendez, good friend of mine. Great guy, great creator. Actually, he's the one who tipped me off to this himself. That should be Pedro right here in this picture. So obviously there's some aliens, some Indians, some, I don't know, wizardry going on here. The lucky dice, maybe some people getting married. Apparently the doctor's in it. I'm just kidding. That's just because of the TARDIS thing. I think that's just a shitter. Looks like an interdimensional craps table. Some cage match fighting. The Forgotten Dead. That's interesting. Fold, and is this your card? Roll the dice. All right, so let's take a quick look. What do we got here? Give me the standard. What's the deluxe? You get download the strip anthology, includes all stories along with sketches, scripts, and bonus materials. For $5 more, I'll go with that. And that's how easy it is to back a project. And now that's it. And I'm backer 16. Cool. $5,000 goal, but I'm now part of it. I have donated my share. And that's it for today's program, guys. Check out Markel's stuff on the way out again, because it was fantastic. I'm going to thank our audience from first time ever Instagram for joining us. We had a bunch of people show up on Instagram, so that was kind of cool. I think we had more people than we ever had anywhere else. Not anywhere else, I mean anywhere on Twitter, to be clear. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter. I do like Instagram. We're building a bigger Instagram following every day, so we're going to sign off on Instagram. And we say goodbye to them. See you guys later. Sorry about the weird ending. That's it. We had 3 viewers, which is honestly more than we've ever had on Twitter. I think the most we ever did was 2. But I had to restart it at a point, so there might have been more on the video that didn't wind up taking, which sucks. But this is Markel Dupree. This is the Cool J Dragon. That's it for the show. I appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll see you in a week for the next Kickstarter.